Hey guys, welcome. I'm a little bit late because I was making a video. I didn't do the detachment one. I did another one about energy. Um, it's long. It's like a half hour. Anyhow, I did that one, and I'll release it after we finish this. Okay, first person I have here is Fia Love. It's coming in here for Fia. Right. If you're in a relationship, your current relationship should move forward nicely. If you're not, you have a new beginning coming in when it comes to love. You got somebody from your past coming back, but you might choose not to go back with them. Or, yeah, I would. That's what I would say because it's like the Six of Swords is like I'm moving on and feeling good about it. Nine of Wands. You also have a Libra coming in. You have a Virgo coming in. Somebody comes in here out of the blue with a lot of love and passion. That could be an Aquarius. I don't think you're going backwards. But if you're in a relationship right now, that relationship looks like it's fine. Talia, general for tomorrow. General for tomorrow. Be careful that you're not holding yourself back a little bit. Got the Eight of Swords here. Got happiness around you tomorrow, though. So you may come out of that. You may be a little bit like holding yourself back in the morning, and the energy can shift. Nine of Cups. Got a wish. Strength comes in around you. The morning may be a little bit off, but as the day goes on, it seems to get better. Happiness comes out, and so does strength. Elizabeth, love reading for the next 2 weeks. You have a wish. Nine of Cups. Empress. Love, money, abundance, fertility comes in. Be careful with that card if you don't want children. Being at the right place at the right time. Your love life changes for the better quickly. Got a Virgo here. You got a Capricorn here. You've got somebody coming in who's working hard on the relationship, paying you a lot of attention. You also have an Aries coming in. You know, it's hard for me to say this is all going to happen in 2 weeks, but it's on the horizon. These people are coming in. And it could be fresh energy. Cinnamon. When will I get a French bulldog? Aw. Do you guys know what's his name? Jeffrey. I think his name is Jeffrey. The French bulldog. They go, oh, he always. I think his name is Jeffrey. He's really funny. If you don't know him, look him up on YouTube. He wants to go to the park and he screams. He gets really pissed. He's cute. You could get one soon, like this fall. Or before the end of the year. Cinnamon, happenings for the week. Okay. Happenings for the week. You've got divine timing. You got a wish. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful with that card if you don't want children. And you have the Chariot here. So that could be either spending a lot of time with the Cancer, or that could be your love life is, not your love life, your life in general is moving forward. Could be your love life, but it doesn't have to be. We are at Talia. Why is B acting like he's indecisive? That could be a Mercury thing. Could be a Mercury thing. Yeah, the cards don't really, well, I mean, he could have a little sharp energy around him. That might not have anything to do with you. I would say that it's more of a Mercury thing. Mercury retrograde does bizarre things to people, and depending on where the person has it in their chart, it can affect them more. It affects everyone, but like now it's in Scorpio. So if he's a Scorpio, or he has something in Scorpio, or he's got Mercury in Scorpio, it could affect him more. It looks like this energy is going to shift for him though, because he's not holding himself back coming up. You know, there's a school of thought that people that were born under Mercury retrograde should actually benefit from Mercury retrograde. I was born under it. I don't really feel like it's ever like done anything for me personally that's been amazing. I've had some really bad ones, but I never felt like I had a really great one. But anyway, that's a side note. All right, let's go back up to the top. Malika, have I met my future husband ready? 70% chance, yes. And the Two of Swords is in reverse, so there's indecision around the situation. Keep in mind that anytime we ask questions like that, or Six of Cups, right? Someone's coming back from the past. It usually is somebody that you would never think of. Like it's usually not somebody that you would ever think of. Oh, it's got to be him, or it's got to be him. It's usually somebody that, like, when it happens, you're like, oh God, I never would have thought it was going to be you. And that's happened to me a couple of times with the Six of Cups. Anyhow, Sue, general. You're being guided by the divine. I know things have been kind of upside down for you, but you do have, there's a reason for it with the Judgment card. And with, you got good luck coming in, you also have a wish. Life starts to move forward pretty quickly. You've got the Chariot, taking time for rest, relaxation. That's positive. Self-care. The sun comes out. You got happiness coming in. Sonia, how would RL react if I asked him to potentially collaborate with me professionally? He's married now and still attracted to him, and I'm a bit worried of the outcome. I don't want bad karma. Okay. It doesn't look like the timing is right now because Judgment's in reverse. And it does look like, well, you actually have good karma around you. And the Strength card is here. If you feel, okay, this has nothing to do, the cards show that he would be prepared to help you, and that there's strength around the situation, and that you have good karma. That's what the cards say. My opinion here, if you think that it's something that you could get wrapped up into, I wouldn't even say for karma purposes. I would just say for your own self. There could be a lot of pain being involved with somebody who is married to somebody else. Then I would say think about whether or not you really want to do it. Because causing yourself that kind of pain, or putting yourself in a situation that has the potential to be very painful, why? You know, why bother? Like, what's the positive versus the negative? I had a friend of mine who just, she was never involved with this guy, and he was such a creep. Danny Zuko. Did I ever tell you about him? Danny Zuko, if you don't know, is John Travolta's character in Grease. You know, the coolest guy in town, Danny Zuko. Anyway, he was married, and she worked with him. And they were like, you know, you have like a work husband. That's what they were. And this guy was such a lying, cheating dog. He really was. But my friend was, she was heavy. And not like, she used to always talk about how fat she was. She wasn't. She was just a bigger person. And she always dressed really well. So she never looked, you know. But he would like make comments. She used to say he calls girls that are like size 6s, he calls them heifers. She's like, I can't imagine what he thinks of me. And I'm like, why do you like him? I'm like, please, why do you like him? I'm like, I fucking hate this guy. I've never met him. Danny Zuko. But she worked with him, and when she started working with him, she thought that it was, so great, because she had a crush on him, kind of. But nothing ever happened. Nothing was gonna happen. But the situation was painful, and even like rationally, right? She would be like, "I'm not involved with him. I don't want to be involved with him." But he would he would be like flirting with some girl, and she would be upset by it. She'd be like, "Why does this even bother me? He's Danny Zuko." Anyway, it could be painful, so you might want to just avoid it. Anyhow, April. I sent Jay the Virgo a small message to see if he's doing okay. He was very dry and said that he's busy with work and school. Is this the end of the connection? I won't say anything again. A general of him. Okay, let's see. No, I think that's fine. You reached out to him. You're not crazy about the response. At least you reached out. Let him reach out to you next time, and I think he will. I don't think that this is the end of it. And no, I don't think this is the end of it. I do think he's been busy. I do think that he's been busy. I think he's also been a little overwhelmed, and he may be stuck in something, in either school or work. Something may be stuck, and he may be having a really hard time with it, and that could be affecting the rest of his life. Somebody said this to me once, and I never thought of it. Like, I never would have thought this way because, I don't know, maybe because for me it doesn't. I don't work that way, but somebody said to me that some people can only deal with one thing at a time. Like if they're focused on, like they're having trouble at work, that consumes them and they don't have time for the rest. Where I've always felt like I was able to balance everything. So I guess in my mind, I felt like, well, I'm working two jobs. I go to the gym every morning. I have a social life after work. If I can get back to you, why can't you get back to me? But the person I was talking to said, you have to understand that not everybody works that way. Like some people just can't do that. So that could be part of it. But no, I think that what you did was good. You reached out, you had a little bit of communication. Ball's in his court now. I think that's fine. I think you will hear from him. I think this is going to pass. Nina, what do you see for me in love for October and November? October and November. Well, you got good luck coming in. You also have a wish, and you're not holding yourself back. Now you have here the Justice card, which means you could be seeing some good karma come your way, or this could be a Libra coming in. Depends on, oh, well, for love, yeah, you could have good karma coming in, and it could be a Libra. If it's not a Libra, you've got a Cancer coming in. You're not holding yourself back, and you have another air sign. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Success comes in around love. Plus, you have the Magician, which means you can manifest the person that you want. Not like I wouldn't. I don't mean like the type of person. Like, hey, the next person I'm going to be with is going to be somebody who is financially stable, or somebody who adores me, somebody who is into this relationship, like that kind of thing with the Magician. You should have some nice opportunities in October and November. April, will I hear from the Gemini again? Just curious. Okay. You should hear from that Gemini again, yeah. Urieli, what's coming up for me in November? What's coming up for me in November? You might be prepared for your life to move forward in November. You got money coming in. You could have a new relationship on the horizon, and you have the Two of Wands, which is feeling prepared. Possibly moving on to greener pastures, could be with an Aquarius. And you have the Six of Pentacles, which is somebody that's putting in a lot of effort, or paying you a lot of respect. It's like two people that are both putting effort in. Love cup is full. Things should be moving forward for you. April, I have a funny question. For my higher self, do I really want to be in a relationship, or am I fooling myself? Ha ha ha. It's funny because I talk about this, not that exactly, but in the video that I just made, that sometimes we don't realize that we're holding ourselves back because we don't really want it. You know, it's like putting your toe in the water, you know, like feeling it. It's like, okay, I'm in, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really diving in because of whatever it is, my own fear. And it could be. It could be. Let's see what the cards say. But as soon as I finish this, I'm going to watch that video first, and then I'll release it. I'm only getting a 33% chance, though, that that's what's going on here. You know, think about that. You know, everything always comes back to us, everything. And one of my friends used to say, and actually we just had this conversation over the summer, where she said that people that have a hard time finding commitments are usually people that are afraid of commitments themselves. And you know, I never really understood that. I didn't really buy that. I didn't really believe that. But maybe there is something that you're afraid of. That's what it would be. It would be fear, because we only make decisions from two places: fear and love. So if you're stopping something, or you're afraid of something, that could halt it, definitely. Whereas a loving place, if you're coming from a place of love and you weren't afraid, you may be able to put out more love and get more love back. That's something to really think about. It could be, you know, that's like my job search. If I'm really honest with myself, those jobs I applied for, I didn't really want. Anyway, red, will I be financially stable after I move? You should be. You should be. I mean, that's not to say you can't have ups and downs, or you can't have a large bill, or something can stress you out. But for the most part, you should be feeling pretty secure. Love, chastity. Does KP miss us together? Yeah. Yeah, and now with Mercury being retrograde, that may be highlighted. Like, he may be thinking a lot about it. Red, career and finances in November. Six of Pentacles, excellent. So if you're not looking for a new job or something on the side, and this would just be whatever it is you should do right now, this would be being better compensated, or it could be better respected. Things change for you for the better, and it also looks like the sun comes out. So you should have an improvement. Things move forward. It doesn't mean you can't get something else or pick up something else, but I'm not seeing the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, here it is. Ace of Pentacles. You could get another opportunity. Or it could even be something temporary that brings in extra money in the month of November. Goddess, what's coming up around me and Jay? What's coming up around me and Jay? The energy is kind of up and down. So it's like there's some indecision around the situation, but then balance comes back into the situation. Then it looks like somebody pulls their energy back and walks away a little bit, but then success comes in. Could be a wild ride. Then things start to strengthen. You have a wish around the situation. Things seem to move forward, but then it looks like you may decide to like move on. You got the Six of Swords. It looks like it's up and down. A lot of crazy energy coming up. Cinnamon. I don't see it. Let me do fairy. Any advice from Spirit after today's argument with my brother and his girlfriend? Okay, Spirit cards. The Ace of Earth. An inflow of abundance, a promising business adventure, important documents or contracts. The Five of Earth. Fear surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. I don't know if your argument had anything to do with money. The Eight of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace, delays are over and many things are happening at once. Let's see what the tarot cards say. Because that's like money advice. Unless maybe you did have a fight about money. I think that this does blow over because it's like feeling prepared, feeling connected, love, money, abundance, fertility, anxiety moves into the past. And the Eight of Swords, which would be nobody's holding themselves back. So I think you guys get over this, whatever it is. It blows over pretty quickly. Arguments, you know, it sucks, but you got to remember, too, that with Mercury doing this backpedaling, whatever happens during Mercury retrograde should fix itself afterwards. So it should work itself out without you even having to do much about it. Cinnamon, am I overreacting on being upset that he was with another female? Am I overreacting being upset? You know, it's like you have the right to feel however you feel, you know. See, the thing is that if you're not in a committed relationship with someone, then technically, yes, you are overreacting because that person is not committed to you. So they can really do whatever they want. But you think when it comes to matters of the heart, the rules don't always apply. So if you're hurt, you're hurt. If you're upset, you're upset, you know. The thing is that you can't help how you feel. And am I overreacting? A little bit. And I take that back. You can help how you feel. You can't. Like, all right. My friend's dad, he was very, like high up in like a 12-step program. And he used to say things that were like all this spiritual stuff. And like we used to get so aggravated with him because, you know, somebody hurts your feelings, right? You're human, right? So this is hurtful. So how do you not allow that to hurt you when it hurts, right? And he used to always say, if you can't change a situation, change the way you feel about the situation. And the truth is that you don't know what went on there with that other female. I mean, you know, sometimes somebody's got to step somewhere else to figure out what it is they want and what they don't want. Long story short, remember the story that I told about the guy that I was seeing that went to France with his ex-girlfriend? Well, when he came back, I'm pretty sure, I don't know for certain how it totally ended for good, but I'm pretty sure that situation that was so devastating to me that he went, I'm pretty sure that that's what sealed the deal and ended their relationship for good. So sometimes somebody needs to do that. And, you know, and it's just part of the story. It's like, okay, now this is what we're going through, but that doesn't mean it has to be forever. It just could be for tonight or for tomorrow or for 3 weeks. And then the whole thing blows over. So are you overreacting? A little bit. But, you know, you can't... You can help it. That's what he would say. You can change the way you react to the situation because it could just be part of the story. It might not be that this is forever. It just, I I totally understand how you feel. April. Sorry for those long questions. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like I never got closure from the Libra from my past, and it haunts me once in a while. I was the one ending it, and it took me a while to get over it, but it still comes back to my mind. I removed all his photos, but when I accidentally see his picture in my contacts, it makes me anxious. Never had this feeling about anyway. I totally get it. I totally get it because I've been there. Is there more to that question? Well, there's a couple of things that you can do. Um, I trust me, I get it. There's a couple of things that you can do. You can delete him as a contact, but if you want to keep his number, write it down somewhere and put it somewhere where you have it. If you want to, you know, he'll still be able to reach out to you, but you could just delete it so you don't see his picture. Like that, I get it too. Like when people say, I want to move, right? Because they're afraid that they're going to see the person or they're going to bump into them, because like just passing them in the car could set somebody back. And meanwhile, it's like, I mean, it's almost like stupid, because it's like, okay, you know that he lives in this state. You know that it's possible you could see him somewhere. So why does it twist you up so badly? But I've been in that situation too, so I totally understand. Um, what I would do is I would delete the contact. This way it can't pop up. Or what you can do, this is another thing you can do. Um, like say his name is John, right? Change his name to X and dots so that he goes all the way to the bottom, or Z with dots so that you don't see him come up by J. He'll go all the way down. If you don't want to delete him, do that. Start his name with a Z and put him all the way down at the bottom. This way you won't have to see him, and then he's still in the contact. If you delete him, my fear is if you delete him, he's going to reach out to you, because that happens sometimes. Tabitha, has a Sagittarius decided if he will come to me or walk? Okay, is the Sagittarius coming back? I think he's going to come back at some point. Sagittarians, though, can be like that. They can blow in and blow out. Like, he may not ever make a clear decision. He may come in and then he could, you know, go out again. But it looks like he's coming forward first. Word. Will my sister pass the microbiome and get into nursing? Okay. Yep. She should. April, no, I just want to know what's that about. Do I have unfinished business? By the way, his name is removed, but it's in my archives. Um, you know, I don't necessarily think that it's unfinished business. I just think that he represents a wound, and I don't think that you've totally moved past it, only because you're not in the perfect relationship yet. Once you get into like the perfect relationship, all that shit goes away. So I think that's what it is. I don't think it's so much unfinished business. Yeah, I don't think that there's so much unfinished business. The thing is that, like, I would never say that you're never going to hear from him ever again, or that you couldn't possibly ever hear from him again. You could. I mean, my ex, Tom, I mean, he was a good guy. I have nothing against him. I wish him nothing but the best. He's had a really rough life. I don't hear from him. His number is in my phone, and he actually reached out to me. So this is what I'm talking about. Like let's just say, for example, I ask somebody, do you ever did you think that I'd ever hear from Tom again? Like their answer would be yes, and I did hear from him When was it? I think, I want to say it was in June. I don't know, maybe I've deleted it since because my phone had, was running out of space. I must have deleted it. I think it was in June. My old boss passed away and he heard about it, so he wanted to let me know. So he did reach out to me again. Now, if somebody else mutual that he and I knew passed away or was looking to get in touch with me or whatever the case would be, I think he would reach out to me again. So I would never say that you're not going to ever hear from this person again because you never know why somebody needs to reach out. But if it makes you anxious, I think it's only because your life has not moved forward. When you're in a relationship and you're happy with where you want to be, nothing like that old shit tends to not bother us anymore because it's like, okay, now this is where I want to be. I don't care about that anymore. But until you get to that place, sometimes those old wounds, I feel like they don't really heal. You know, it's like sometimes I feel like we're still kind of hoping that maybe something else could come of it, you know? And then when things finally move on with somebody else, it's like you look back and you're like, you know, that's not what I really wanted anyway. Or like the madness of it, whatever was going on in the situation that made you end it. Like that's not really what I wanted anyhow. So I know I don't think it's so much unfinished business. I actually think you're on the right track with giving other people opportunities and reaching out to people. I think you've come a long way. So, you know, I wouldn't, don't beat yourself up over it. It makes you feel uncomfortable. I think that's normal. And it's funny how it, we're human, right? But like we shouldn't let these people have that kind of control over us. But I remember once like waiting to hear from somebody, and the day that I got the message, like my hands were like trembling. Like like really? Like really? Like that's the effect it has on me, and it's not because of that person. It's because of what's going on in me. So just keep that in mind. Everything always comes back to me. What's happening inside me? Word. Will I get a good score on the logic games? And is Anthony a good tutor? Okay, let's see. Is Anthony a good tutor? Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Oh, go flying. I do think he's a good tutor, and I do think you're going to get a good score. Cinnamon. So does he have any romantic feelings for this female? Okay, let's see. No, not really. No, I got a 33% chance. I don't really think so. Ram, is Pedro thinking about me? Is Pedro thinking about me? Mm, 33% chance, yes, he is thinking about you. Or you cross his mind pretty frequently. Goddess. Should I be open with Jay or hold back? Should I be open? 6, 7, 8. I would be open. Yeah, I would be open. Ram. Saw somebody that looks like Pedro today. Is that a sign that I should contact him? Or is that a sign that I should contact him? I mean, Mercury retrograde, now would be the time to contact him if you really want to. I'm only getting a 33% chance that it's a sign. But, you know, like anything could be a sign if we really want it to be. I think that if you want to contact him, now is the time because Mercury is retrograde. I wouldn't wait for Mercury to go direct because this is somebody from the past, somebody that you haven't spoken to. The energy now is great for that. Um, the sign thing, you know, like I could just, I'm on the fence with that kind of stuff only because sometimes, like I used to always think that license plates were signs. But then what happens? Nothing. You know, where people will be like, oh, 1111. Okay, and what happened? Nothing. So I don't really go so much by that. I would go more by like planetary energy and how you feel. If you feel like, you know what, I want to reach out to him, then I would say go for it, especially now with Mercury. Um, because why not? What's the worst that's going to happen? Nothing. There's nothing bad that's going to happen. I would go for it. What the heck? April, when do you see me getting into a relationship so that I can forget about the past and feel neutral about this guy? Okay, let's see. Relationship coming in. I know. I know exactly what you mean. I've been there before myself. Oh my God. It's driving me crazy. Why does that keep happening? You actually could be in a relationship before the end of the fall. Could be. You know, like in that kind of situation, like I would just try to, and I know that it's really difficult, but just I have control over my emotions. I have control over my feelings. You've got no power over me. Like I would just keep working with those kind of affirmations. You have no power over me. I control the way I feel. That's the way that I felt. But see, my life had already moved on, so it was different. But oh no, it didn't. It didn't. When I found out that Gary had gotten married after I moved on, but when I saw the picture of him with that girl, I didn't realize that he married her. I just saw the picture. And I swear to God, I was not looking for it. I was on my own news feed, minding my own business, and it popped up in my news feed. Talk about the universe. When the universe wants you to see something, you don't have to go looking for it. It will be presented to you. I saw that picture, and that it was at that moment that I said to myself, I said, you know what? I decide who I love, and I don't love you anymore. This is what I said. I swear to God, I was so upset that I couldn't even cry over it, and that was it. I was like, that's it. I'm making a decision. You don't affect my life anymore. I didn't find out that they were married until after my life had moved on, and I was already dating Avery's dad, but and it's probably a good thing that I didn't find out because I probably would have been pretty devastated. But I was like, you know what? I've had it. I mean, I had really been through it with that guy. Anyway. And that's what I just kept saying to myself. I don't care anymore what you do. I don't care what you do anymore. It doesn't affect me. And I just kept saying that. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. AZ. Um, will Dorothy, D, and I end up in a committed long-term relationship? Or, sure, okay, let's see. Will we have a long-term relationship? There is potential for a long-term relationship here, yeah. Yep. You could have a long-term relationship. It's all about my eyes. How long is he going to pretend that he doesn't want to be with me, the Virgo? How long is he going to pretend? Could be another 6 weeks before he totally gets his shit together. But definitely sometime this fall, things should change with the spades. Could be another 6 weeks. He may be a little difficult. Brianna, general for the week. Balance comes back to your life this week. Money comes into your life this week. Some good karma comes back to you. Feeling well respected and stable at work or with a business relationship. You could have a Capricorn coming in that's very significant, and the love cup is full. This Capricorn may come in with some potential. Was the last consultation accurate regarding my teeth condition? Is the root canal really bad, or is it because of the filling? Okay, let's see. Is it because of the root canal is bad? It's not coming up that the root canal is bad. What did they say? They said it was because of the root canal? All right, let's see. Is it because of the filling? It already comes up higher that it's the filling and not the root canal. I don't know if you want to try somebody else. Brianna, love you, November. Got success coming in around love in November. Looks like moving on to greener pastures brings in the love cup full with success. You got a Capricorn here. You also have an Aquarius coming in. Got money coming in. There's money keeps coming in. And you're not holding yourself back. I think you're going to have some options in November, and you're going to explore your options. Love cup is full. Word. How will my dentist appointment go? I hate I hate dentists. I hate all doctors. And it's not because I hate them. It's just because I'm scared. At my brother's house today, I wanted to take my blood pressure, and they have a blood pressure machine because my sister-in-law has high blood pressure. And I was nervous having her take my blood pressure. And I'm like, I'm nervous. My blood pressure came back a little high. So I don't know if it was because I was nervous. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on it. I got to lose weight. There's no two ways about that. I got to get serious. Anyway, that's a side note. But how will the dentist appointment go? I don't think it's going to be bad. I actually think you're going to feel great relief around the situation. You're going to go have it done, and then it's going to be over with. This is relief. I think that once you go have it done, you're going to be fine. Sugar plum, what's coming towards me in love? Okay. You've got you have a wish, the Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful if you don't want children. The Judgment card, you're being guided by the divine. Walking away from something that no longer serves you brings in a new opportunity. Could be with the Capricorn. Got a Capricorn coming in. Person seems like they're legit. Christy M, love. No longer holding yourself back. Got the Magician, which means you can manifest the type of person you want to show up. You have an air sign coming in, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Love cup is full. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. Feeling relief, like you've made it to the top of the mountain. Finally, you can exhale. Your love life is moving forward. Love life moves forward. John, what will happen in my life in the next 3 weeks? Love cup's full. You got some nice love happening. Rest, relaxation, taking time for yourself, recharging your batteries. You could be spending time with the fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You may be planning a trip to water, by water, around water, or going on one. You got success around love and a soulmate connection. It also looks like you may have some hard work. You're working hard on something. That could be going back to school. It also could be putting in hard work in whatever it is you're working on. Building a house, a deck, working hard at the office, whatever it is. Being pretty busy over the next 3 weeks. Looks like you got some good energy, though, around you. April. Is he the Libra? Looking at my photos, you're thinking about me. It was a connection that lasted for about 6 months. And it was actually a deep connection or just in my head. He was one of those indecisive Libras. Okay. Is he looking at my photos or thinking about me? Let's see. Is he looking at my photos or thinking about me? I think that he does think about you. I don't know if he looks at your pictures, but he does think about you from time to time. Yeah, I would try to take back your power in that situation and try if you can to disconnect from it. I know it's not easy. What I did, I mean, this was like off and on for 8 years. It was horrible, but I used to make a lot of excuses for him because he was young. And I was like, well, he's young, you know, he's going to mature. No, I'm not going to mature. Anyway, when somebody shows you they're an asshole, believe that they're an asshole. But with him, I don't hate him anymore. I don't. I actually think he's really funny. I still like talking to him, and I don't care. It doesn't affect me anymore. It really doesn't affect me. Actually, the situation is different now because in the recent years, he's been, well, how come you don't wanna, yeah, I'll tell you, yeah. And I would be very like distant about, like, like I said to him once, I'm like, are you divorced? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. Well, you know, this new guy must be. Listen, it has nothing to do with anyone else. It has to do with you. And now, like, he's sometimes like, if I send him an email, he won't answer me back for weeks because he wants me to wait. And I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care. As a person, he's got a really funny personality, and I like that. That's what attracted me to him in the first place. But he does not have any control over my feelings. I don't get nervous. I don't think I've seen him. You ever have that where you're like, you feel like every time you turn around, that is like, oh, was that him? I thought I saw him. Is that his car? Is this the license plate? That does not ever anymore. But as a person, I still care about him, but I don't think I would ever in a million years ever have those other feelings for him or have the feeling for him like he makes me nervous or makes me tremble. I mean, he was, I mean, one time I remember it was like the beginning of December, and I was out with friends, and I texted him a question about something. I don't remember what. It was probably just a stupid reason to make conversation. And he answered me back with, I have a lot going on in my life, and I don't want to talk to you now. I'll reach out to you when I feel like talking. Yeah, that's what he said to me. I didn't hear from him. I remember it was January 31st that I heard from him. So it was like 2 full months. I was like, I couldn't believe that. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I mean, well, I didn't do anything wrong. And then, like an idiot, when he reached out on January 31st, like my hands were shaking, like I had to answer him. He doesn't do that to me anymore. So you'll get past it. You will get past it. It's just amazing, right? Karen, what are R's current feelings towards me? Okay, what are R's current feelings towards me? Thinks that you're creative, intelligent, down to earth, grounded, stable, funny, humorous, you have a good personality. Thinks that you're attractive, kind, nurturing, successful, and well balanced. Has a lot of respect for you, this person. Jessica, general love for the next 2 weeks. General love for the next 2 weeks. General love for the next 2 weeks. Out of the blue, like a bolt of lightning, somebody new could show up that may be a Pisces. It also looks like you may be leaving negativity in the past and moving forward. The Chariot. Life moves forward quickly. The Six of Wands. Feeling like there's success coming in around love. And the Six of Pentacles. Somebody should be putting in a lot of effort or showing you a lot of respect. Oh no. Hierophant, what positive things are people coming in love this week? Okay. Positive things or people coming in love this week for Hierophant. You have an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You have a Cancer. You also have somebody from your past returning or reaching out. Now, that could be, it could be the Cancer, or they could be two different people. Positive things, too. The Magician, you can manifest somebody brand new. You're not holding yourself back. The love cup is full. Plenty of opportunity coming in around you. You also have a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Not bad. A lot of positivity coming in. New chapter. What does the future hold for me and George? If he's somebody from your past, he comes back. He is somebody from the past, right? He comes back. But you may move forward. You might not want to go back with him. And he may feel like a disaster. You may not be having it when he shows up again. It looks like he either may not be putting in enough effort, or he may not give you exactly what you want. And you might have other opportunities around you, and you may choose to see him. Nisha, when am I going to hear from T? Could be a little while. Could be like 8 weeks. 8 weeks to the diamonds would be early winter. Could also be 8 days, but the diamonds are like closer to winter. Diamonds usually are the winter season. Archie, general for this week and next week. Life changes for the better for you quickly. Things start to move forward pretty fast. You got some good luck coming in. Air sign comes in around you. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Going back to school, learning a new area of study. Something that you may be passionate about. Could happen over the next 2 weeks. You have a wish to put it out into the universe. You could have a busy couple of weeks. Nav, general for this week. You got a wish here. Put that out into the universe. It also looks like the fruits of your labor may be coming into fruition. You may be spending time with a Capricorn. You could also be walking away from something that no longer serves you. Could be spending time with an Aries. That could be significant. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful with that card if you don't want children. But otherwise, Empress is excellent. Jess J, when will Marhek and I be together? You got a chance this winter. There's a 4 around it. It could be, well, 4 weeks from now wouldn't be the winter time. I think this winter. Could be December. No, December 4th is not winter yet. Huh. Could be the beginning of winter. Wow, where the hell was I? Rob, advanced love reading for the first week of November. Okay, what's going on with Rob's love life for the first week of November? Energy around the first week of November. Okay, you have the first card that shows up here, 6 of Swords. This could be, depends where you are in your love life. This could be moving on to greener pastures. If you've recently had a breakup and you're not with somebody, you could be like moving on to a better relationship. It also could be, if you're with someone right now, you may be planning a trip to water, by water, or around water. Got the Magician, so that means that you can pretty much manifest anything you want. If you're seeing somebody right now, you may manifest a trip the first week of November, or planning the trip. If you're not with anyone, you've got a Virgo coming in, you also have a Leo, you have passion coming in, and feeling like, God, I can finally exhale, I'm at the top of the mountain. You're not holding yourself back, you have a wish that comes true. Anthony, what is the future of me? Want to tell me about the situation with the Cancer girl? There could be a connection between the two of you. You have a wish around the situation. 6 of Cups. She comes back. Or you reconnect on some level. Ruby, will I hear from my ex-Sagittarius this week? You only got a 33% chance you're going to hear from them this week. I'm not convinced of it. Hierophant, thank you. AZ, general career rating for the next 2 months. Your career could move forward nicely. It looks like this is like career moves forward. You have a wish around the situation. Finally seeing the fruits of your labor come into fruition. You got good luck around your career. You're no longer waiting for your ship to come in. You could have a new opportunity, or Three of Pentacles is like a business relationship that's grounded with deep roots, that's long term. So it could be, if you own your own business, it could be like a long term client that you have for years with mutual respect. If you work for someone, it could be somebody that respects you a lot and takes care of you financially, like they pay you what you're worth. Three of Pentacles is positive when it comes to business, and you're feeling like you're well prepared for things to move forward. There's also always an opportunity, I think, with the Ace of Pentacles. It could be like a bonus, a promotion, or doing something that's all your own on the side, which I always like. Not even because like being a business owner or making a lot of money or any of that shit. It's because I don't like stupid rules. I have a problem with that. uh, like when I worked for IMP, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Somebody came around to check. Now, I don't know who assigned it or how this came down, but we had to have labels. We had to make with a label maker label for everything, had to be in a certain spot. So if this was the keyboard to the cash register, it had to be labeled underneath keyboard, right? And then if this was like the screen, and they wanted you to keep your pencil over here, pencil. I'm not kidding you. And then somebody got paid to go around to all the stores to make sure that everything was labeled like that. See, this is where I get into trouble, because I'm like, is someone fucking kidding me? Like, really? Like, there's no customers in the store. We have no business here. And I'm making labels we know it's the keyboard. Well, we may not be brain surgeons here, but we know that's the keyboard and we know what a pencil is. Anyhow, so that's why I always like the side gig for anybody, because they don't have to deal with that. If they want to make stupid rules, they're their own stupid rules. New chapter. What does the future hold for me and the cat? Aw, what's the cat's name? Aw, you got good karma and you're very prepared around this cat. This cat is going to be very attached to you. Love, money, abundance, fertility. That cat's going to be like a baby to you. Nice thing about cats is they're a little bit more independent. I think that you're going to love this cat. I mean, how do you not love an animal? You know, like, they're just so loving. I've never had a cat. My dad has a cat. And that's his, he spoils her. Linda. Will this new guy last? Will this new guy last? You have long-term potential around the situation. Sun is in reverse, which means there's a delay around happiness. You might not be thrilled right away, but long-term potential is possible that could bring in happiness. Mariah, will M reach out before November? Got a 70% chance, yeah. Uriali, when KR reaches out. Could be the beginning of the winter. Mariah, general energy around my tarot business. General energy around the business. New beginning. Excellent. Feeling relief, like you've made it to the top of the mountain. The energy should be getting better around that business. Improvement. Getting better, growing. April. I know there are different energies around me, but what do you see with the cards about the next relationship partner? Okay, let's see. The next relationship could have long-term potential. It could move forward quickly. This person might have some nice money. They may be very hardworking. They're very lucky. They seem to be very respectful. It could be something that clicks pretty quickly. There is a lot of opportunity too with the magician to call in somebody else. If you're not thrilled with what's around you, put out into the universe exactly what you want, because you could get that. Somebody else could show up that could be like pretty close to perfect for you. Virgo, general around A and I this month. Virgo baby, general around A and I this month. Did you have a tower moment with this person? Because this is like moving into the past. It could have been something that already happened. And maybe feeling a little bit disrespected by that. And there could be some sharp energy around the situation. But success comes in. So whatever it is, it blows over. If it hasn't happened yet, it will happen and blow over. So don't freak out about it if that happens. If it's already happened, then the energy looks like it's starting to shift. There's strength around the situation, but the timing doesn't seem great. Judgment in reverse, poor timing. Things may not be perfect this month. Maria, how does Brianna feel about me right now? She thinks that you're a very strong and well-prepared character. So I don't know what your relationship is with her, but you come off very strong, very secure, very prepared. And she thinks that you're like nurturing, kind, and that your life is always moving forward. She also thinks that you're very intelligent, Hermit. Very intelligent, very wise, very stable. All whiskers. Like if I could, I would just have like so many pit bulls. I mean, look at him. He's just, I love him. I just, and I was never like a big pit bull person. If anything, I was a little bit, um, yeah, I know I could kind of understand that with the leaving the money to the cat. I was afraid of pit bulls, you know, because you hear so many bad things about them. And the guy that I worked with had, well, his wife worked for the local shelter, and he was fostering Vanilla, her name was, and he had 5 cats. 5 cats, and he was like, no, no, no. He's like, I can't. He's like, I just go there to walk her and hang out with her, and I'm like, oh my god, that dog is totally his. He could say whatever he wants, but that dog is his. So then he's like, well, I'm going to foster her. I'm like, he can, like, this guy, like, that's his fucking dog. There's no way. So, he started bringing her to work, and she was just so sweet that ever since I met Vanilla, I love pit bulls. And I didn't intend to get one, but when I went to the shelter, this is who they introduced me to, and he was like perfect. So then he gets Vanilla, right? And then a couple of weeks later, he's like, well, we're fostering another one. And I'm like, and he's like, but we can't keep this one. And I'm like, they are so keeping that dog. I don't know what these people think with the fostering, because it's not happening. They're definitely keeping those 2 dogs. So they, of course, they wound up keeping her too. And they moved to Pennsylvania so that they could buy a big house. So that they could have their dogs and the cats. And the dogs were fine with the cats. Nobody got hurt. which was, you know, they were even afraid of that. Like, what's going to happen when we bring a pit bull into the house with 5 cats? Everybody was fine. Carmen, general for the rest of October. Anybody here that I didn't get to yet? Aside from Carmen? Oh, you've got divine timing around you, Carmen. Being at the right place at the right time brings in balance. It also brings in a Capricorn that could be significant. If you're not with anyone right now, there is potential. Potential for love connection. Strength comes in and success comes in this month. Whatever it is that you've been working on. Anybody else or no? That's it. If nobody else, if I haven't skipped over anybody, if I haven't gotten to send a question, otherwise I'll do the moderators. And then I'm going to go squeeze Dylan. He's freaking cute. He's such a good boy. Okay, and I totally don't want a bigger place ever because I don't feel like it's necessary, but I would for dogs. I would get a bigger house so I could have more dogs. That's crazy. Not even so much because they need the space, but because, like, for the walking aspect, it would be hard for me to walk all these big dogs you know, like, it would keep me really busy. I don't care. Like, if I had a yard, I could just send them out into the yard. That would be easier. General for the week for Mel. Good happiness. The sun comes out. 6 of Pentacles, feeling more appreciated or a little bit more well balanced with. That's usually a work thing or a business thing. It doesn't have to be. It could be in a personal relationship, but right now I think it's a business thing. You got money coming in. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There should be forward movement. Pentacles would have to be work, business, or school. It looks, oh, you got the Empress here. Love, money, abundance, fertility. Please be careful if you don't want children. New beginning comes in with the business. Is on the horizon. Feeling relief this week. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Feeling like fruits of my labor are finally coming into fruition. The hard work I've put into something is starting to pay off. Significant people this week. You've got a Taurus. You've got a Capricorn. You also have an air sign. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Sepia, after my text to Rommel, what will be his next step towards me? What's going to be his next step? Things could change for the better quickly. Love cup is full. You've got the Magician here too. Stay positive. Stay positive because I think that things are going to turn around for you and him. He may reach out to you or want to see you or do something like that. You've got divine timing here working for you too. And he's feeling a little bit more prepared. Alrighty, I'm going to go. I have 2 videos that I've made. Remember that one I said that I was going to do about resistance? I did a private for somebody and he brought up some really great questions that he thought was building resistance. I actually thought that the questions were really great. Anyway, I'll release them tonight. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.